This little seed starting kit is pretty much free. If you have some potting soil laying around and some seeds you already want to plant, stick around and I'll show you how to make this snail bottom tray and humidity dome combo with things you might just already have around the house. I'm Kendall, this is Kendall's Greenhouse. Thanks for joining me. Let's go make a snail. So we're going to start out with a 1 quart Ziploc bag, hopefully rinsed out and reused from another task. And you're just going to cut the sides of that as closely to that line as possible, but we don't need to be too precise about it. This is a freezer bag. I find that these last a little bit longer than the other bags, but go ahead and give whatever Ziploc style bag you have a try and see if it works. You can remove the Ziploc part if you want, but I just left it. I figure it's sturdy and not bad to have on the sides there. I'm tearing some frog tape. This is outdoor frog tape. It's kind of like painter's tape, but just a particular brand, and this is the outdoor style. It's been working really well for my snails. And then I am getting ready to add some potting soil. So I've already added moisture to this potting soil, and I made sure it was wet enough that I could ball it up into a sort of soil block in my hand. It does not need to be dripping wet like some soil blocks, but as long as it sort of stays in a ball or a clump in your hand after you squeeze it, it should be fine in your snail. So I'm lining it up with the bottom of my tote here, and then I'm pressing it down and compacting it just a little bit. I find that that makes it easier to roll up the snail without the soil flying all over the place. I'm making sure it's an even depth, and that's why I'm pressing it kind of with both hands down the length of the snail, and then I'm going to get started rolling. The very beginning of the roll is the hardest. You want to keep that as tight as you can. And then you can see as I roll, it kind of pushes the soil out the end of the snail. I don't mind. I kind of just keep rolling until I get to the end, and then I remove anything extra. Since I have this tote set up, it just catches all the mess. So here it's a dry enough space that I'm able to just put the tape right on there. You can also wipe the surface of the Ziploc if it's too wet for the tape to stick, but I find that 3 pieces works well. I can start in the middle and then do the top and the bottom like that. And then before I go to the top of my snail, I mess with the bottom of it because this is the last time I'm going to see the bottom of it. And if there's any holes, I shove some more potting soil in there. I'm trying to get a flat surface on the bottom of the snail so that it can wick up water later if I want to water from the bottom. Now I'm just banging it a little bit on the table to make sure that there's no air pockets in there, or I've reduced them anyway. And then I'm fussing with the top of the snail a little. I want to give myself some room to put some seeds in there. I know I am not putting very big seeds in, and so I'm not too worried about there being a lot of room. I'm just making sure there's a little bit of a lip on the top there for a little bit of vermiculite to set in there. So here's what the snail looks like. You can see that the soil is staying in it. I'm able to turn it around like this. So next we are getting our bottom tray and humidity dome prepared. I really like putting holes in containers with a soldering iron, but I don't always want to heat the soldering iron up, and I don't want the fumes in my house. So another strategy I found is poking a plastic jug, or in this case a 1-liter water bottle, with a sharp pin, and then I can make the hole a little bit bigger with my cutters here, and then I use my outdoor cutters to cut these bottles because it kind of dulls my scissors. The edge of the container is a little bit sharp, so if you want to clean that up, you might choose to do that. I didn't do that today. And then here I just am showing that I still have the cap, because if I want to use this as a humidity dome, I might want to control the level of humidity in there. And then I have not put any holes in this bottom container because I'm not putting this outside. I don't want it to have drainage. I'm using this as an indoor seed starting container. So I'll water my snail, and I want it to wick up the water, and I'm using the plastic water bottle as a tray. So here's my snail again. You can see that the bottom is nicely compacted. There's no soil flying out all over the place. And then I can just fit that into this 1 liter water container and it fits perfectly. It's really satisfying. And you can see that my snail is much taller than my bottom tray, which is great because I can easily get the snail in and out. And then while the seeds are germinating, I can put the top of it on to create a more humid environment. I'm not going to be using this top piece for very long, just while the seeds are germinating. And as soon as I can see a little bit of green pop out of the top of the soil, I will remove the dome and continue to use the bottom watering tray. I have decided to plant some pink celery in this snail. I don't need a lot of it, so a tiny snail like this is perfect. I don't recommend doing seed starting with wet hands, as you can see I have here, because the seeds are sticking pretty badly to my fingers and to my palm. I thought I'd dried them off, but apparently not well enough. But this process is not super finicky or picky. I'm just trying to get the seeds into the snail as much as possible instead of on the surface that I'm working on here. I'm taking a peek at the top of the snail, making sure I can see some seeds sort of ringing around in my snail pattern, and then I'm getting my fine vermiculite ready to cover the surface of those seeds. They're very tiny seeds. When you have tiny seeds, you don't need a lot of soil on top. My favorite is to just put some vermiculite on there and then moisten the vermiculite to try to make sure you're getting good contact between the seed and the soil. Now I'm going to mist that, and you'll see that I'm a little wild with my mister. I should have started from farther away. I think I was showing you the misting bottle, and then I got a little bit too close. So you don't want to blow off your seeds or your vermiculite like that. I don't think it's a problem because I didn't blow all the vermiculite off, so I think I probably kept all my seeds there. But I would start from farther away with misting using some sort of spray bottle or water. This is a hair salon water bottle, and then mist the top of your vermiculite so that stays nice and moist, and your seed germination and seed starting kit is complete. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Let me know below if you have any questions about the snail or the humidity dome or seed starting. And I'm gonna go make some more snails. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.